In this video, we are going to check how Google Analytics actually evaluates different traffic sources which are sending traffic to our website. So if you want to learn how different traffic sources are getting reported in Google Analytics and how you should analyze that, so we will cover all that in this video. So let's dive in. Hi, my name is Ankit and welcome to Magazine 3 YouTube channel where we talk about everything related to WordPress. And if you want to watch more videos like this, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we upload our next video. In our last video, we have seen how we can use UTM parameters to identify the different traffic source and various campaigns and other parameters that can help us understand our traffic sources in a better way. In this video, we will try to cover more of these traffic sources and we will try to understand how Google Analytics actually captures or evaluate these traffic sources and how we should analyze this data. So to understand this traffic sources in a better way, let's first understand what happens when a website is opened in web browser and how Google Analytics actually captures all these things. So we start with the very top level where a website is opened in a web browser and the Google Analytics code gets executed in the browser. And the first question it asks is if this URL which is opening in the browser, does it have any UTM ID? If the answer is yes, then everything will be used as per the UTM parameters, that we have just seen in the last session, how UTM parameters works and how different parameters in UTM actually captured in different ways. But if the answer is no, there is no UTM parameter detected in that URL, then it will check if there is any refer domain. That is, if the visitor is coming from a known source of a website like maybe facebook.com, twitter.com, Pinterest, or any other referring website. So if that is also no, then there is no doubt that this traffic is a direct traffic. So most probably a visitor just opened the browser and typed in the URL and then they actually visited that particular page. But if in case a reference domain is found, the answer is yes, then there are two conditions. It will check if that reference domain is a search engine. If the answer is yes, then it will be added in Google Analytics as the search engine name in the source or medium, and it will be under the organic traffic, and it will also capture the keyword by which the visitor came from that search engine. Now this search engine is not just Google, it will capture almost all the search engines that are present on internet. But if it finds that there is a refer domain, but it is not a search engine, then it's definitely some other referring domain that we just mentioned, like maybe Facebook, Reddit, Pinterest, or any other domain, or maybe any blog post from any XYZ website where they have mentioned a link about your site and then user clicked on that link and visited your website. So this is how Google Analytics try to understand the traffic source for a particular URL which is opened in the web browser. Now here is one important point which we need to remember. Google Analytics actually remembers the direct traffic source for the next 6 months. So what does that mean? So let me explain with an example. So let's say we have a website which you got to know about maybe from someone, or maybe after watching any video or maybe any podcast or any source, and you open the URL in the browser and that is actually considered as direct traffic. So there was no referring URL, there is no search engine involved. You directly went onto the web page and visited that site. So surely that's a direct traffic source. And when you came onto that website, you found that very interesting and you want to know more about that website, or you want to know more information that this website is giving. So you just went ahead and sign up the newsletter. And after maybe second or third month, you got a newsletter in your inbox from that particular website, and you click on any link in the newsletter of that website, and that traffic source will be considered as newsletter because that link most probably will be carrying a UTM parameter, and Google Analytics know that this is a traffic which is coming from the newsletter. So we are considering that UTM parameters are mentioned perfectly in that newsletter link. So that traffic will be categorized under newsletter. Now everything looks fine till now, but let's assume maybe in 4th month you were reading any XYZ blog and you came across a link to that same website which you signed up for newsletter. So you click on that link, and in your Google Analytics, it's pretty obvious that the traffic will be listed as referral from that particular XYZ blog that you were reading. So now that traffic is actually a referral direct traffic from that XYZ website or blog. Now after 5th month, you visited that same website again, directly typing in the browser, but this time this direct traffic will not be considered as direct traffic. It will be again considered as a referral traffic from the XYZ blog. So even if you have typed that address directly in the browser, it will still go under the referral traffic of that XYZ website, which is mentioning the link for your website that you are visiting. Now again, this will continue for the next 6 months, but after 6 months the session will expire, and once again if you type in the URL directly in the browser, that will be as similar to the first month and it will be considered as direct traffic. So that's how Google Analytics actually remember the direct traffic for the next 6 months. So if in case we don't want that every future direct traffic is listed under that referral traffic of XYZ website, there is an easy fix that we can do, and that is breaking the session period in Google Analytics. So let's go in Google Analytics and see how it is done. So if we go ahead and check our demo account of Google Analytics, we go to conversions, and here in multi-channel funnels we have time lag, and if we scroll down here we can see that the time lag in days and the value of conversion. So with this data we can see that the time lag in days and the conversion value. It means that whosoever was coming on our website, this is the number of conversions happening on the day 0. That is, they just visited the website and did the conversion or purchase. Some of the visitors took 1 day time lag to do the conversion, and this is the number. Most of the visitors actually got converted or did the purchase within 11 to 15 days. A significant amount of number, we can say that 11 to 15 days of time lag is average duration where almost all the visitor actually got converted or did a purchase on our website. So if there is a way we can break our session that is measured in Google Analytics in 15 days, so every new traffic coming on our website will be covered as proper direct traffic. So by this data we can conclude that if there is any way we can reduce the session time in Google Analytics to 15 days, then we will be able to capture more precise data about our direct traffic. So once we know that, we can go to our admin, and here in the tracking info we have session settings, and here we can see a campaign timeout which is maximum 24 months, which we can change to maybe 15 days or maybe 1 month if it according to the data what is visible in your Google Analytics. So we don't have any privilege to edit that in this demo account, so that will be surely editable in your Google Analytics account, so you can go ahead and do that from here. And once we do that, once we change this campaign timeout to 15 days to 1 month, then after every 15 days or 1 month, whatever we select, our campaign will get timeout and all the new direct traffic will be captured as proper direct traffic or the referral direct traffic. So this is a very interesting setting that you can do in your Google Analytics so that you can capture a better traffic source in your Google Analytics reports. Now once we are done with this, let's see where we can find our traffic sources in Google Analytics. So we go to acquisitions, and here we have source and medium, And here are the traffic sources which are driving traffic to our website. So this is the direct traffic. We have Google's or CPC, we have CPM, partner affiliates, and other traffic sources. And here, if we click on this Google CPC, now this is the traffic which we know that is a CPC campaign, which actually ads which are getting visits on our website. So let's see if we can add secondary metric as direct sessions. So here we can see that this is now divided in two different sessions. So 199 says no, it's not direct session, and 4 sessions are showing that it's a direct session. So it means that these 4 traffic or these 4 visitors actually visit the website within the 6 months of session timeout window. And this got added in the Google CPC source medium list. So they actually didn't came from the ad click, but it's showing in this because of this 6 month session window. So once again, let's try to check that for another source. So if we go ahead and click on all traffic sources, let's say we have some partners and affiliates. And once again, we go ahead and type in direct sessions. So once again, we can see that 26 and 2 is the division, that 2 of them actually visited within that same 6 months window of timeout. So if in case you are getting organic traffic, make sure you filter out in direct sessions with this secondary dimension and see if you are actually getting the traffic from that source or it is getting from the 6 months timeout window. And if it is so, then make sure you go ahead and reduce that timeout session time so that you can get some better data in your sources and medium section. So right now it's not a big difference, but by doing a small change, we can get some more precise data. So now we know how Google Analytics actually captures the different traffic sources and mediums and show that in Google Analytics. So by UTM parameters, we know how we can segregate the traffic in different source and all different sections in Google Analytics. And now we know how Google Analytics actually show the different traffic sources or mediums in the backend report. And we also know that every direct traffic or every source medium that we see here are not showing the exact data. Now once that is done, it's time to understand how we should analyze this source or medium data. Now, as we have mentioned in our previous sessions, that all this data that we see in Google Analytics, it's up to us how we analyze that. We need to understand the context of the data and then make the further decisions. So let's say we have this Google CPC traffic sources, and here we have actually increased the time range. So we can see the traffic from 1st June to 10th of October. And here we see that the traffic of Google and CPC campaign that we are running. So if we click on that, we can see this is the data, and here is the traffic going normally, and we see a big spike here. So this could be a result of a new paid campaign or a CPC ad that we have run. Now if we click on this point, this will get pointed out or highlighted, and maybe after 6 months when we are analyzing this report, we might not remember what exactly happened here, why this traffic got an instant spike. So the easy way to remember this is to add an annotation here. So if we click on this drop arrow, we can create a new annotation, and on this date, that is this one, we can change the date on 15th of September. We can add a new jump or maybe the reason for this traffic spike. So you can add a note here and you can save it here. So this will be visible for your future reference, that you will be able to know why there is a jump or dip in your traffic or whatever you want to observe from that. So let's cancel this. Now, along with this data of Google or CPC, if we add a secondary dimension, that is a landing page, we will be able to see which page are getting traffic from our ads that we are running, or maybe a Google traffic. So you can see the landing pages dimension added here. So all that is from Google CPC. So you can consider for both Google organic as well as the ads. So here we can see the bounce rate percentage. And so once again, we need to consider bounce rate in context, if it is relevant or not. If the bounce rate is high on your basket or on your cart page, so if in case it's a paid ad, it's a waste of money that people are getting on your basket or your cart that is derived from any paid ad, and they are not converting. So if the bounce rate is very high on maybe on any of the landing page and you are running an ad for that, so it's very important to understand that why bounce rate is happening on this particular page. So our ad is working, people are clicking on that, there is no doubt. We need to make sure our landing page is optimized for various aspects that we have talked in the previous sessions. So it's important to analyze what is wrong in our landing page that people are getting bounce back. So there is no doubt the ad is giving us click, but it's not getting converted. Another aspect of this bounce rate for this ad we need to understand is if the ad is a search ad, that is a search keyword ad, if there is a high bounce rate, this is wrong. This need to be checked, because when someone is typing any keyword in Google and they see your ad, then it's very clear that they are searching for that specific keyword. And if they are not getting data about that keyword on your landing page, then there is surely the ad is wrong, or your landing page is not providing the value that the visitor is looking for. If in case it's a search ad and you are getting a lot of bounces on that, so make sure you go ahead and check if your landing page is actually providing the value for the keywords that you are targeting. Along with that, on the other hand, if the ad is display ad, like the image that you see on various websites from Google Ads, if someone clicks on that image, goes to your website and bounce back, that is perfectly fine. That could happen because this is the first time visitor. They are not warm customers. They are not exactly searching for what they see as an ad on any XYZ website. So if you see a bounce rate with that ad or with that ad campaign, that's perfectly fine. So you need to observe other aspects of that ad campaign, why it's not converting. But that bounce rate can happen because that ads or the image ads are actually more for creating awareness, not for actually final sale. So whenever you are doing ads and see the data of bounce rate, so make sure you analyze that in a different context. So don't just jump onto conclusion by seeing a high bounce rate. You need to check what kind of ad it is and why is it getting bounced. So this is how Google Analytics capture the source or medium of traffic that is coming on our website. And as always, there are different contexts that we need to check while observing this data in Google Analytics. So if you like this video, then make sure you hit the like button, and to watch more videos related to Google Analytics, then make sure you watch our complete series. The link is in the I button above and the video description below. To watch more such videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you can get notified whenever we upload our next video. So that's it for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.